Once there was a young boy who was strongly and honestly in love with a young beautiful woman in the neighborhood. He used to be impatient to see her every morning and evening, and in fact kept on sending messages from his phone to her every now and then. He was so engrossed with her and kept in the relationship for years. However, one morning this young boy saw her sweetheart with another young handsome guy holding their hands together and smiling at each other. The young boy got really upset, and since then he could not tame his mind. All the time he used to think about her, reverberate what she used to say, and all the time literally she was in his mind. This restless young boy one day saw a monk passing by his office and soon took the lift and rushed towards the monk. However, the restless young boy could not make it as the monk crossed over the pedestrian crossing at the traffic lights, and when the young boy reached the traffic lights, it turned red. He was so upset and went back to his office. His office mates and even his boss used to bully him, which made him even more restless. However, this restless young boy kept an eye on the monk's movements and identified the time the monk passes by the traffic lights close to his office. He then, one day, asked for prior permission from his boss to leave office. The boss gave him time off but had a sarcastic smile on his face. However, the restless young boy who lost his love was waiting for the monk near the traffic lights, and he was so pleased that day and ran towards the monk and touched his feet and pleaded with the monk, saying, "Oh dear wise one, I was waiting for all these days to talk to you over my anxieties and suffering that I am going through." The compassionate monk then gazed at the troubled young man and told him, "Yes, tell me your story." Then the young man unveiled his story. Several times the young man asked, "Oh wise one, do you have time to listen to my story?" The wise one said, "Yes. Please tell me." Once the young boy told his story, the wise one asked, "Have you finished telling your story? Because I have a plan for you." The boy was so happy after all this time to hear such kind words and was eager to hear the plan for him. The monk suggested that the boy practice meditation, but the boy said he went through all kinds of ways. In fact, searched on the net how to tame his mind and discovered meditation is best, but he told the monk that he couldn't because it only made his mind more agitated and disturbed. Hearing what this monk said to him to meditate, he got upset and said, "Oh wise one, that's fine, I will go home and think about it." The monk looked at him and had a gentle smile at him, but the boy ran home while the monk watched him running away after listening to his advice. While running, the boy recalled from his self-search from the net that Tibet monks know mantras to tame the mind instead of meditation, what this particular monk told him. So he decided to fly to Tibet, which has freezing cold weather as in Europe. He booked the flight, after explaining his difficult situation to his boss, and after gaining leave he set off to Tibet. On his way on the flight also he was so happy to set off to Tibet. He was saying to himself, "I am going to learn the mantra from a Tibet monk and control my mind." After landing in Tibet, he kept on asking several people about the particular monastery which he found on the net, and somehow found the monastery with a great search. He was so happy to enter the silent monastery. He himself saw all the rituals such as bathing in the river amidst the cold weather and cleansing. Not only that, when 2 bells ring the disciples go for dining, and when 1 bell rings the disciples along with the monk go to the shrine room for different offerings. All this time, even though he saw all the rituals at this silent pious monastery, his mind was bothered with all kinds of past thoughts of his broken relationship with the beautiful girl he lost. His mind was all over and he was desperate to meet the chief monk in the monastery. This young boy was walking all over the monastery with a disturbed mind and a sunken face. The chief monk quickly noticed him and called him, "My son, come here, why are you having a sad sunken face?" Then the young boy unveiled his story. The chief monk told him, "My son, meditation is the best medicine to get rid of the annoying thoughts and to tame your mind." But the young boy got more disturbed and said to the monk, "As I told you once again, meditation doesn't work for me. In fact, another monk who I watched for days and met before told me to meditate. I did so much research on taming the mind on the net, did this and that, and nothing worked, but somewhere I heard about Tibet mantra that helps to tame the mind. This is the reason why I flew all the way from Europe to Tibet, hoping that I can learn the mantra. But wise one, you are also asking me to meditate. Is this fair enough, you think? Asked the upset young boy. Then the chief monk realized that he is not getting near to taming his mind like this, but told him, "Dear son, listen to me very carefully. I will unveil the secret of taming the mind using 3 mantras." The young boy had a smile on his face and was eager to listen to the 3 mantras. The chief monk recited the 3 simple short mantras. "Is that all?" the young boy asked surprisingly, and further asked, "How much do I have to pay you for this?" The chief monk said, "Nothing, but don't think of a monkey while chanting the mantra. If you do think of a monkey while chanting, then you need to have a cold shower and chant the mantra from the beginning." The young boy said okay, fine, and went happily to the hall in the monastery, but his mind was nagging and saying, "Why did the chief monk mention a monkey? Why did he say that? Why on earth did he mention a monkey?" The young boy started the mantra, and when chanting the first, a monkey came to his mind. Then, as asked by the chief monk, he dipped in the cold river and again started to chant the first mantra, and again a monkey came to his mind. He again went to the river and dipped and cleansed and again started to chant the first, but again and again monkeys came to his mind. He couldn't go to the other second and third mantras because his mind was full of monkeys but nothing else. He got exhausted and ran to the chief monk and unveiled his difficulties and told him, "I came here all the way from Europe to tame my mind from my lost partner. She was all over my mind. And now the monkey that you told me is all over my mind. Please help me to get rid of these monkey thoughts for me, please." The young boy, who didn't understand the nature of the mind, that is, when the mind doesn't want something and the more you pressurize the mind from what you don't want always comes to the mind. Then the Tibet chief monk said, "You see, my son, I just wanted to tell you about the nature of our mind. Never try to fight with your mind. Just relax and stop reciting the mantra which you asked for, and don't do anything but watch for your thoughts. The more you press the mind, more it will jump here and there. Start watching the thoughts of the mind, see how one thought changes to another, and you will find that your mind will gradually become calm automatically. To watch your mind you need to do meditation. That's why I told you to meditate as a remedy to tame your mind. This can be done wherever you are. You don't have to come to Tibet to do meditation. Meditation can be done while walking, sitting, or about to sleep, as soon as you wake up, even in a busy environment or in calm surroundings. Watch for your thoughts, see how they change from one to the other. Focusing on this gradual change of thoughts will eventually calm your restless, disturbed mind," said the chief monk. The young boy sat down, relaxed, and stopped reciting the mantra, but started to watch how his thoughts of the monkeys come and fade away, similar to the thoughts of the girl who left him in darkness. He was surprised after watching carefully for his changing thoughts and how fast he could tame his mind. He wanted to find out whether he had really got the hang of it, so he went away from the monastery to a busy street, and while standing just observed how the thoughts flow carefully. Even when the past triggers, he observed the thought very carefully, as how the thought comes, stays, and then fades away. The lost young boy, having followed the path of the monk who was practicing meditation, won the hearts of his office mates and soon became a CEO in the office, winning the battle of a sarcastic smile from the boss. In life, the mind is often compared to a monkey that jumps around aimlessly. Trying to forcefully control or stop the mind is often unsuccessful. It is suggested that the mind is the most sophisticated mechanism in the world. Rather than trying to stop thoughts, it is suggested to simply observe them without attachment. This can be practiced through meditation, during which old impressions and garbage in the mind may come out. However, with continued practice, the mind will eventually calm down and have fewer thoughts. It is possible to gain control over the mind through regular meditation or a careful watch of changing thoughts.